I thought I'll mock up 2 enamel pins. So these are now back in the shop. Hi everyone and welcome to a brand new studio vlog. If you've not joined me before, my name's Emma from Plan, Inspire, Create, and I have just finished pretty much the bulk of the designs for the new Positive Pants collection, which I started in last week's vlog, and I am so pleased with how it's coming together. As always, there were some surprises. I did 2 different sticker designs, which I'll pop up on the screen now. One was an individual pair of pants with a little smiley face, which I started in last week's vlog. And then one was a little washing line with 3 pairs of pants on, and then both of them had the quote, "Time to pop on your positive pants." And the washing line was taken from the washi that I've done. Washi and washing is going to get very confusing. And what I decided was they're both going to be a sticker, and I thought I'll mock up 2 enamel pins and I'll see which one I like the best. I'll maybe do a vote on my Instagram stories, and I ended up liking one and not really liking the other. So I'm undecided on the background colour for the one that I've decided on, which again I'll pop up on the screen now. So I've just put the 3 different colourways of the washing line pin on my Instagram stories with a little like a little poll for people to vote. So I'm going to see which people like the best and what the feedback's like if anyone messages me, and I'm also gonna just pop a little post up on my Patreon today explaining how the process is going and showing them the different pin designs and what I've decided. So that's very exciting. I'll see what their feedback is, because they always get to see more of the behind the scenes. They see everything first and they give me that feedback, which is super helpful, and then I'll do any tweaks. So what I need to do now is start sending things over to manufacturers to get quotes. I'm thinking of using a different manufacturer this time than last time. I wasn't 100% happy with the pins from my last order. They're perfectly fine in terms of how a customer would like see them and use them and enjoy them and kind of like the look of them, but they're not exactly what I asked for. So obviously that's a bit of a worry when going into orders, and so it's totally fine. I love how they ended up, but I want to maybe try some different manufacturers out and just see, because I've only ever used the one. So that's a task I need to do today. I also wanted to show you somebody who featured in a vlog, I would like to say, well over a year ago now. So if you follow me on my YouTube channel for a while now, you might remember that I did a vlog when I was living at my mum's, and it was all about running my business with the challenge of having a new puppy in the house, and that was my mum's dog Millie. It used to be that when I moved, I would look after Millie a day a week. But now my mum and her husband both work from home and they kind of manage it between them, and I don't have her very much for the day anymore, but she's here today, so I've got double trouble with the dogs. And for those of you who've been here a long time, I thought you might like to see how different she is from the original vlog, which I will pop a clip up of on the screen now. So this is Millie. She's a red cockapoo and we love her. Millie? Millie's got poo on her bum, and there's now dog poo in my planner, so I'm quite disturbed. So I need to go clean this up and I'll be back. One change of clothes and a shampooed doggy bottom later, and we are back. This is a first for Planner Inspire Create. There is dog poo in my planner and that's very distressing. So thank God I've got a ring bound planner because I can just take that page out. It was a really fun vlog. I'm really glad I did it. It's really nice to look back on when she was a puppy because she's changed so much. So let me shout the girls. What is it, Mill? Well, come back then, bring it back. Come here. Hello. Stop running away. So here are my two girls. Maggie, you know. Say hi, Maggie. Okay. And this, Millie. Ready? This is little Millie. So she's changed a heck of a lot. She's definitely got a little personality, and she's very, very playful. I thought you might like to see my two girls. So this is what I'm dealing with today. Me paw then. Me paw. Me paw. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Good girl. So now that Millie's had her little cameo, I'm going to get on to contacting manufacturers. So I will see you in a little bit. Hi everyone! As you will have seen, I had a little bit of trouble with these concertina books, which I thought I would, so it's no surprise to me. However, I think I've cracked it. So I had to do some trial and error, and I wanted to show you some things in terms of printing. So I started it on the Cricut because I thought on the Cricut I could put in the score lines and not have to score it manually, but I decided against that in the end. But anyway, I will get to that. So let me figure out which of these are which. So firstly, I felt that with these coloured quotes and the white, you couldn't read it as well. So I went in and actually changed it to black, which is much clearer. So what I'd done is I'd got my 4 quotes, which were kind of individual images, and then a blank square, which I will come to. That's to kind of glue to the cover, and then you would close it. And I'd attach them all together in a group and then attach them in Design Space. But it was cutting out the individual squares, and when I tried to weld the shapes together, it would get rid of the images. And then I realised that I didn't really want Cricut to score it for me, because with it being the concertina, I wanted to score it on like opposite sides, and it was getting complicated. So I decided that because I didn't need the scoring tool and because Cricut was not playing ball, I would just redo it in Silhouette. So we moved those to the side. That was a big waste of time. However, I then really quickly put it together in Silhouette because I'm more familiar with using that software, and I attached everything. It was fine, cut it out how I wanted it. So it was basically cutting out, if I show you, the 2 sides separately, and then the idea would be that I would stick them back to back. Now, one thing that I did find is that printing directly from the Cricut software, the print quality wasn't as good as when I saved it as a PDF and printed it from there. And exactly the same in Silhouette. Now, I have no idea why this is, but saving it as a PDF and then printing always produces a much crisper print quality than if I would try and print direct from either of the software. So I did that. And then I had to play around with paper thickness. So originally I thought paper's going to be too thin, so I'll go with one of my card stocks. So the first one I made was this one. This is 230 GSM, but then you've got to think you're doing back to back, which I then realised obviously that's going to be 460 when it's back to back like this here. The weight of it's 460, which is incredibly thick. It's thicker than the covers even will be. So I thought that's way too thick. It's not going to stay closed because, yeah, there's too much weight to it. So I had a trial with 2 other sizes. One was 180 GSM and one was 120 GSM, which is actually what I use for my planner inserts. And the 180 was still really, really thick, whereas doing the 120, by the time you've done it back to back, there's a lot of mass here. You've got 240, which is like pretty much the size of the cardstock I started with but didn't think about doubling up. I hope that makes sense. So that's what I decided on, and after all the trial and errors, this isn't one of my final ones, it's one of the tester ones. It's got a couple of glue marks on it, but we end up with this little concertina quote book. It's also folded the wrong way around. Let me fold it the right way. When it's 5 by 5, I end up with that blank square on either end, and that's where I'm going to stick my covers, and then it will open and close. And so if you think you won't see that, and you won't see that because I'll have a cover on it, so then you've got 4 quotes there and 4 quotes there. So my idea in my head did work in reality, and the covers have arrived. I haven't opened them yet, so I've printed out all the concertina books, I've glued them, and they're currently drying flat with stuff on top of them to press them down, and then I'm going to score them so that we don't get this rippling happening, and then we'll attach the covers. So all of those aside, I mean, I knew it was going to be a bit of trial and error because it was a completely new thing I've never done before, so I don't think I did too bad on the amount of trials it took. But I have had 2 deliveries come from printed.com, so I think we should open them because I haven't opened them yet. They've come this morning. This one I think is just a restock of some postcards that someone ordered and I didn't realise I was out of. Yeah, it is. But I tried a different finish on them this time. So let's have a look how they turned out. I went for a silk cardstock rather than a matte, just to give a little bit of sheen to it. This is, I can already tell I really like the print quality a lot more on the silk. Ooh, ooh, hello. Okay, I really like those. So, I don't know, it just looks a lot crisper because I think the uncoated cardstock, you have a bit more of a texture to it, whereas this is really smooth, the colours really pop, and I opted to leave it blank on the back this time because I normally have a traditional postcard backing on them. So this is my Better an Oops Than a What If postcard, and this is actually the last one, and then I'm not going to be reselling them, so make sure you go and grab it if you want it. I normally have this traditional postcard backing on them, but I'm kind of saying in my listings that you can also use it as an art print or as a journaling card, but then obviously if you use it as a journaling card, you don't really want this on the back. This line and the address thing will make it a little bit more difficult to use as a journaling card, so I've opted for a plain back. You can absolutely still use it as a postcard, but you can also use it as an art print or a journaling card or however you want to use it. I tend to put mine up on the wall, so you'll see here the difference, even though I know it's a different postcard, but you can just see this one. The colours don't pop as much, it's a bit more textured, whereas this is very smooth and shiny and very satisfying. So these are now back in the shop. So that is fabulous. I just love this yellow and purple combo. And then this lovely package should be the Patreon goodies. Ooh, so let's see. Ooh, oh, I'm scared. Ooh. Oh, wow. Okay. So the bonus print, I'm not going to show you because I said I'd keep it a surprise. However, you've got the newsletter on the back, which kind of welcomes you to the box and the theme. It's got a little introduction. It's got a list of the items that are in here and like how they tie in with the theme and what kind of why I chose to include them. And then you've got your bonus print on the back. So this is number 8. They're collectible ones because they are only ever available in these boxes. So that's those. I did these on an uncoated cardstock and I'm already more tempted to do them silk next time because the prints have come and I'm in love. Okay, I'm in love. I opted to do them with a velvet finish, which I was really toying with whether to do that or not. Whether it was kind of an unnecessary expense because it's more expensive to get them laminated with the velvet finish. However, I really, really like the satisfying feel of it. It feels really soft and smooth, and obviously it protects the print, makes it more durable. And again, I just think I opted for a silk cardstock underneath the lamination, and I think the colours just pop. They're nice and bright, and I'm super happy with how they turned out. So I've got a whole bunch of those. And then we've got the covers for the concertina books, which I've got way too many of because there was a minimum order. So at least I can trial and error is what I'm thinking. Hoo-hoo! This is how they turned out. So I opted for Quotes for Rainy Days, and they've got these colourful raindrops on in the colours that match the rest of the collection and the quote cards, and then on the back it just says planinspirecreate.com. You can see that. So the idea is, I printed them double-sided, but the idea is that this will be the front and this will be the back. So kind of when it's closed, you'll have Quotes for Rainy Days, and then on the back just my website. And then, if we grab my, is this the thin one? Yeah. It's getting a little bit battered now from this trial and error, but the idea is the cards inside are a little bit smaller. That would go there. In fact, let me just get a glue dot to temporarily do it. I accidentally just dropped a Pritt stick on the dog. So glue dot number 1. Just for the purposes of trying this out. So that's the front, that's the back. So that would go there. So that would like cover the front cover quote. So then you're none the wiser that that was even there. And then when you stick that side, it covers the website. So again, you'd be none the wiser. So it saved me getting 2 designs done. So always thinking. And then you've got this little concertina book. I feel like I'm doing an art attack, if anyone ever used to watch that show. So you open it up, and one side you've got 4 quotes, and then if you flip it, you've got 4 quotes, and the blank boxes are hidden because they're what gets stuck to the covers. I think that's really cute. You could slip it in. It's thin enough now where you could slip that in a planner pocket. You could slip it in a wallet. You could just tuck it in little pockets in places and keep it safe. So yeah, I absolutely love that. I don't know what made me think to try it, but I really love it. So there's your quotes. Genius. So what I need to do next is start scoring the concertina pages, and then we'll attach these lovely covers. So if we look at how this collection's looking so far, we have got the lovely print, the lovely concertina book, because I have everything but one product now. We have the printable, things to do on tough days, sticker sheet with the cute little umbrellas on, and then we have the rainy days won't last forever sticker, and then we'll have a wooden pin. Now, I did show the design for the wooden pin in a previous vlog. The wooden pin is the last thing I'm waiting for, and I just had a look where things are, and it might not arrive till next week now, and I'm really frustrated because I wanted to get these boxes out today. But what can you do? That's just what the production time is. And I ordered it really early, but it just took a little while to get through the proof stage, so I need to bear that in mind next time, because I did all this so early so I could get it out mid-month. And I did the wooden pin design first before I did anything else, before I even touched the rest of the collection. But I just didn't, when I looked at their lead times, I didn't factor in that it took a week to get the proof right, and that wasn't listed in their production times. It kind of said like production time is this, shipping time is this, and I assumed that the proof stage was included in their estimate for production, and it wasn't. So note to self, don't assume. Note to companies, please make it clear. So I'm potentially looking to wait another week, because obviously the bank holiday over Easter has also set me back, because those weren't working days. So that was taken out of the equation. So doesn't look like I'm going to be packing up these boxes in this week's vlog unless a miracle occurs. But I'll keep you posted on the miracle. But anyway, let's get back to making these concertina books. I'm back and I've got an update for you in terms of the winner of the poll for the Positive Pants pin. I showed you earlier in the video that I'd put a poll on my Instagram for people to choose between a pink, lilac or purple backing for the pin that I'm having designed, and to my surprise it was actually the pink that won. It's a really light pink. And then I popped up a matching poll the next day for the washing tapes and I said, do you want them matching or do we want something different? And it was a close race between the lilac and the pink, but the pink won again. So let me show you the final designs. So this is the final design for the pin and I actually cannot wait to get it created. Originally I was going to do an individual pair and I just love how this washing line's turned out and the little quote. So all these details are going to be in gold with hard enamel and these little patterns are going to be screen printed on is the plan. So I'm really excited for that to come to life. And then the washi tape, it's got the little quote, time to pop on your positive pants, and then it's got all these different little washing line designs. So if I zoom it in so you can see some of the designs a bit better. So you've got the quotes and then all the little decorative pairs of pants. I'm super excited. I love those ones. I'm super excited to see this come to life, and I'll obviously be sharing the matching items that I've designed so you can see those. So I will share those other designs in an upcoming vlog. I've also received some new materials to try and make new products with, something completely new that I haven't done before. So come back for next week's vlog because I'm going to pop that in next week's. So I'll have an experiment with something new and you can see me finally package up the Patreon goodie boxes. A miracle has not occurred. I'm still waiting for the wooden pins, so keep an eye on my Instagram. I'll maybe unbox them over there when they finally arrive, or at the very least let you know that they are finally here. So if you wanted to grab one of those boxes, as I'm filming this, there's only 5 left, so make sure you sign up to the Blossom tier and I will leave a link to my Patreon in the description below so you can head over there and see what else we offer over there, because it's a lovely supportive community where we support each other to talk about self-care, and there's lots of other exclusive bonus rewards over there, so it really is worth it to get the goodie box and all these other extra rewards. I hope you all have a fantastic week and I will see you very soon for another video. Bye everyone.